Hey guys, I'm on the way to the range this morning. I'm gonna do some shooting. It's been 8 weeks today since the last time I was at the range, so I'm very eager, to get out here and throw some lead. I'm gonna be shooting a few different guns, which I'm actually gonna make about 2-3 different videos, but I wanted to make this video showing, the range itself, where I shoot, and the land. It's just an awesome, great place, and I'm very grateful I'm able to shoot out here. It's my buddy's uncle's land. It's about 160 acres, and it's just beautiful. And I'm actually not alone. I've got someone here with me. I got my youngest daughter, Katie Marie. Say hi, Katie Marie. She's about to be 5 years old on Friday. Her birthday is October 28th, gonna be 5 years old. She likes coming out here, and I don't let her shoot the big guns, but I let her shoot, BB gun and 22. And we just pulled up here to this makeshift gate, and I'm waiting on my buddy to get here, and we're gonna drive out there, and I'll show you, like I said, where we shoot and where we have shot, and it's gonna be a good day. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, so as you see over there, that's my buddy in his truck. That's where we had just stopped to wait on him to enter into the land. And this right here is actually our first shooting spot. As you can see down there, I'm gonna zoom in. There's actually a tree stump. There used to be a huge old tree growing up, but it got rotten and everything and fell over. And we used to set up our targets down there by that stump and everything. I'm gonna go down there and I'll show you. But this is just awesome land. Look at all this. It was so cool out here. And this land has a lot of history. See, I'm being stared at right there by a big old cow. Look at that big old thing. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here, but check this out. This old plow here, look at that. It's been here so long, it's actually grown into the tree. This, and I mean, that thing could be 100 years old or more, who knows, but I always thought that was really cool coming out here and seeing that. And check this out. Actually, I just thought about this. Look right here. These 2 bullets. I forgot, me and my buddy, we were shooting one time, and these never went off. The primer struck. Evidently the powder's bad, and we stuck these down in the ground, and they've been down here for probably 3 or 4 years. I just remember they were there, so that's really cool. These are actually 8mm Mauser bullets. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but anyways, that's cool. But like I said, we used to stand right up here, and we would shoot out there. And where we shoot now is way up that hill there, which I'll show you as we go. But like I said, I'm gonna go down there now and I'll show you. Here we are down here at this stump we used to shoot up against. Check this thing out. Like I said, it used to be a big tall tree, so this fell over, and it's been over for years and years. But so me and my buddy, we used to shoot. This was a solid stump, but as you can see, over the years of us shooting into it, and termites and carpenter ants and everything else, it has just been completely rotted out. I'm telling you, we used to dig bullets out of here, and we always had fun doing that. There ain't no telling how many bullets are still in here. But so me and Katie Marie right there, we like to come and dig around. We don't just come out here to shoot. There's a lot of history on the land. There used to be a house out here, and I'm going to show you that in just a little bit. But look at this stump. This thing is so old, and check that out. We completely chopped this thing up, us and the termites, over the years. But like I said, there ain't no telling how many bullets are in this thing. But anyways, we're going to get back in the vehicle. As you can see, that's where I was just standing up there, and my buddy's up there waiting on us. And we're now going to drive up over this hill here where we shoot now, and I'll keep recording then. Here we go. We're leaving from that spot I just parked at, and we're headed to our new area we've been shooting at for a couple years, and we have a lot of fun out here. I would love to own this land myself. It's about 160 acres, but I don't have a lot of money, like this land would bring. But it's just awesome out here. Goes on and on. See, we're about to park right here. This is where we normally stop to do our shooting. And let me get out here and show you. See, there's where we shoot down there. I'm sure it looks familiar from my other videos. See all these animals out here. There's all kind of cows. There's actually cows and donkeys down there now. And right up here where this tree is, and you see this flat land right out here, there actually used to be a house up here. And me and my buddy, we've done some metal detecting up there, and we haven't found anything real of value. We found a door knocker, a handle off a toy gun, and some other cool things that are old. But just look at all this land. This is just amazing. That's him pulling up now in that truck. And it goes on and on way back in there. It might even be more than 160 acres, but we're gonna have a lot of fun out here today. First, we gotta shoo all those animals away out there. Look at all of them, if I can zoom in. Like I said, there's donkeys, cows, and there's 1 or 2 horses out here. It's gonna be fun. I'm walking down this hill here where I'm gonna set up our targets where we normally shoot at. And look at all these cows and stuff. They're up through the trees, and there's actually a horse and the horse right there and some donkeys up in there. And see, it's kind of a steep hill. You know, we shoot up on the hill and we have to walk down it, and it can be very tiring, you know, going back and forth. But thought I'd show you some of the animals as they're starting to get a little spooked. Look at that big old fat cow right there. See up there in the trees? You can see the horse and some donkeys up in there. There's the hill, you know, little spot where we shoot at right in there. But we used to shoot right up through here. I was going to show you. About 3 or 4 years ago, we used to just set up a board right here by this tree and shoot up on the hill. And you see, this tree's been hit. It's got a lot of grazes, you know, from bullets and stuff all down there. And see, they got woods all through there, and there's actually another hill right up there, and there's a pond to go fishing in. And I'm telling you, this land is just awesome. I'm just so thankful that my buddy's uncle allows us to come out here whenever we want to. Don't even have to ask permission. You know, he knows we're going to be safe and careful and everything, and he trusts us, you know, and we respect him and his land, you know, when we are out here. But just really awesome. So awesome. So here's where we shoot. You might recognize it, which, you know, it says it's been 8 weeks since we've been out here. So sometimes we bring a shovel and kind of dig around and kind of fix up the hole there before we set up our board. See, there's a board I make and targets and everything. And like I said, that's where we shoot from. And a lot of my videos, you hear me say shoot about 100 yards. Well, really, me and my buddy, we walked it off. And from where we stand, from right here, I've counted basically about 115 yards. I think he counted like 112. And we had another buddy came that, and he counted 111. So, I mean, all three of us have counted. It's over a little over 100 yards, you know. But, you know, it's all good. But we're going to have a lot of fun out here. Like I said, over this hill, there's a pond. And I said, that's all trees and woods through there. And on the other side, look at that. Other hills. And, I mean, it just goes on and on and on like you wouldn't believe. I wish I could show it all to you, but I can't. But I just love being outside. You know, it's just, I don't know. I just love to be outdoors. And there's plenty of deer. We see deer out here all the time. I actually saw a dead one on the side of the road right leading up to property here. Somebody must have hit it. But anyways, we're about to get started here. We're going to, like I said, dig this hole out and kind of reposition things and start doing some shooting. So definitely stay tuned. Like I said, I'll make about 2 or 3 shooting videos, and we'll see what kind of results I come up with. One more thing, I wanted to show you what we like to do, me and Katie Marie, and I like it just as much as she does. We like I said earlier in the video about that old stump, we like digging old bullets out of the ground, you know, see what we can find. I love to see, you know, the different impacts of different calibers and grain bullets and different things, you know. It's just cool how they mushroom and break apart, or sometimes I find them, you know, still completely solid. So we come out here, we bring us usually a little Ziploc bag, you know, and see what we can dig around. And this is just, you know, another way of me getting her involved with, you know, with history and hunting for stuff and guns and different things, you know, which, like I said, she's my youngest of 3 kids. My son comes a lot. My oldest daughter, she's not really a gun person or outdoors person, but I mean, that's okay. You know, I'm not going to force anything on my kids, but like I said, I just want them to get involved with history, you know, and all that good stuff. But we're going to dig around a little bit more and see how many more bullets we can find. Carrie, let's see the bag you got. What have you found so far? Let's see, got our little Ziploc bag. Found a few bullets there, different calibers, you know, and sometimes we find as many as 40 or 50 of them, you know, digging them and everything, but just out here having fun. But anyways, about to start shooting in a little bit.